Picture this. It's June 28, 2026. You're in Belfast, and the atmosphere in the stands is just an absolute sensory overload. The crowd is roaring with every single delivery because they are watching the impossible happen right before their eyes. We're breaking down a historic one-run upset that literally shook up the entire international cricket landscape.
Ireland wrote themselves into eternal folklore. I mean, if you were a local fan standing in that stadium, those words hit the nail on the head. This wasn't just a win. It was an all-time classic sports thriller. They didn't just edge out some random squad. They conquered the reigning world champions to lock in a historic 2-0 series sweep. While the broader cricket world was distracted by a World Cup blockbuster and a shock retirement, anyone paying attention was absolutely glued to Belfast. And to really grasp how wild this is, we have to talk about the gap in expectations. You've got India, the reigning world champs. They came into this riding an unbeaten streak of 16 T20 series and tournaments. They hadn't dropped a series since playing the West Indies back in 2023. Then you have Ireland, the ultimate underdogs who had literally just won their first ever international match against India 2 days prior. To turn around and sweep them 2-0, absolutely insane.
Section 1. Setting the 155 target.
So Ireland was asked to bat first on a pitch offering some pretty tricky extra bounce for the seamers, but they didn't back down. They posted a competitive 154 for 8, though it was definitely a roller coaster getting there. They started hot with Rossiter slamming 2 sixes in the first over, but by the halfway mark they were really struggling at 58 for 3. That's when Benjamin Callets and Harry Tector just stepped on the gas. Callets tore into debutant Suryansh Skej, and then, in a moment of pure chaos, Skej overstepped. Tector lofted the free hit, and incredibly, Arshdeep Singh palmed the ball over the ropes for a massive 22-run over. That sparked a crucial 65-run stand between Tector, who anchored with 53, and Callets, who smashed 37.
Section 2. Mundra and Hollard strike.
Defending 154 against the world champions means you need early breakthroughs, right? Well, enter the absolute heroes of this underdog story, Jai Mundra and Matthew Hollard. The noise in Belfast was deafening as Mundra dismantled India's top order in minutes. First ball of the innings, Mundra trapped Sanju Samson LBW. Gone. Later in that exact same over, Abhishek Sharma is out for a golden duck. And then, Shreyas Iyer chops onto his stumps. Mundra had 3 wickets in the blink of an eye, and the world champions were completely reeling.
And we can't talk about that opening assault without highlighting the supreme athletic brilliance that got Abhishek Sharma out. Matthew Hollard turned, sprinted to cover a massive amount of ground from short third man, and fell flat on his back to miraculously hold on to the ball. For an Irish fan, seeing that kind of heart-on-your-sleeve commitment just sets the tone. It was pure magic and the physical embodiment of Ireland's unstoppable momentum.
35 for 4. Look at that number. That was the shocking reality for India early in this chase. Tilak Varma had started confidently, but then a catastrophic miscommunication with Ishan Kishan led to a horrible runout, leaving Kishan totally stranded. India was in absolute disarray.
Section 3. The grueling Indian rebuild.
Staring down the barrel of a total collapse, India had to change gears. It turned into a grueling, highly disciplined battle. Akshar Patel and Tilak Varma tried to steady the ship, but Ireland's spinners just suffocated them. Even a heavy rain delay couldn't break the tension. These two were stuck in a 39-run stand that painfully dragged on for 40 balls, with their only boundary coming off a leg bye. They didn't hit a real boundary until the 13th over, pushing the required rate past 10 and over. And just when India tried to finally break free, Matthew Humphries bowled a masterful 16th over, darting the ball in and giving up just 2 runs. That deeply restrictive over decisively swung the game right back to Ireland.
Shortly after, Tilak Varma finally hit the first 6 of the Indian innings to bring up a seriously hard-fought 50. He was India's anchor, eventually scoring 55. But almost immediately after he started looking dangerous, he got dismissed. And honestly, watching that wicket fall felt like the final nail in the coffin for India.
Section 4. A chaotic final over. But hey, it's T20 cricket, right? It is never over until that very last ball. Harshit Rana goes on a late surge, hitting a 4 and a 6, setting up a heart-pounding climax. India needs 21 runs off the final 6 balls. Harry Tector gets the ball. Now put yourself in the shoes of an Irish fan right now. You're on your feet, holding your breath, and suddenly pure dread sets in, because the over devolves into absolute chaos. Tector bowls 2 wides, then a waist-high full toss for a no ball, and the free hit, an inside edge that somehow races away for a boundary. Everything is going wrong. The target violently shrinks, boiling down to India needing just 8 runs off the final 2 deliveries.
Second to last ball, Harshit Rana gets a full toss, swings out of his shoes, but hits it straight down the throat of Long On. He's out. The tension in the stadium is completely off the charts. It all comes down to the final delivery. Debutant Prince Yadav is on strike. He connects beautifully and pumps it straight down the ground for a massive 6.
But it wasn't enough. India finished at 152 for 9. Ireland won by exactly 1 run. One single, razor-thin run separated the reigning world champions from the ultimate underdogs. It's the finest of margins, and it locked in a historic series sweep that the fans in Belfast will literally never forget.
Looking at the stats, yes, Harry Tector's 53 was crucial, and India's Tilak Varma and Prince Yadav put up an incredible fight. But the true story of this match, the architects of this upset were Jai Mundra with 3 for 32 and Matthew Hollard with 3 for 26. Their high-pressure execution was nothing short of brilliant, delivering their fans the underdog story of a lifetime.
So here's what we are left wondering. When a team proves they can not only punch above their weight, but actually knock out the reigning world champions in a 2-0 sweep, the ceiling completely disappears. They've already written themselves into eternal folklore with this spectacular one-run victory. So what new heights will Irish cricket reach next? Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer. Keep your eyes on this team because this really feels like just the beginning.